In 2015, a number of people, including the Parent Council, Mr Dykes, a former teacher, Mrs Hobson and Mr Lothian came together to discuss something that we could do to commemorate the fallen of our school memorial. Taking inspiration from other projects, an initial decision was made to remember the fallen on the day they died 100 years on with a short ceremony. The focus was to be on the young people leading the commemoration so that they would be directly involved with the project, build their skills and confidence and create a legacy for the school. What we have achieved has gone far beyond this, and the pupils have made some great connections with people who are related to those on the memorial, have brought people together who have never met before.
So what made you decide to attend this ceremony today?
I saw it in the PA about 4 years ago, and I noticed that they had relatives there as well at the first remembrance service. So being the relative of John Edwards, a distant relative, I felt I should be here to remember him and be part of the project, which has been a lot of work for everybody. So, and this is my granddaughter Melanie, so we both thought we should come.
How have the pupils at Perth Academy contributed to your work?
I think that's one for Dawn, I think, because she's the one who coordinated the way they did it and sat down with the students from the academy and did the recordings.
They've been very useful. They've actually read all the men that used to attend Perth Academy, and we recorded 2 sessions and we all sort of had a bit of fun as we were doing it. But at the end of the day we had a professional sound artist sort out the 2 recordings, so the Perth Academy students not only read the stories but had their recordings on the plaques and in the book.
The other thing is that the recordings themselves is done by young people, not necessarily old soldiers and things like that. I think it's important for us to involve younger people to try and understand a little bit what happened 100 years ago for people not dissimilar to your own ages now. I think we felt that was important.
Yes.
I think one of the biggest things for me is I'm not very technical, but all the pupils and students that came involved with us all knew about QR codes, but I didn't. I mean, they had more knowledge than I did, so that was helpful.
Can you tell us a bit about the book and how it relates to your project?
I started off with 6 contacts and friends doing all the research and publishing articles in the local Destiny magazine, which came out once every 2 weeks, but it 2 months. But it became very obvious I was going to have a lot of materials, and I didn't want that material just to sit there and just be forgotten. So I sort of decided we would put it into a book.
One of the members of the group, Ali McLeod in S6, was asked why she joined the group in the first place and how she feels it's impacted her. This is her response.
Not only did I want to pay my respect to the courageous soldiers who gave their lives so I can live as I do now, but I realise that this is a truly unique opportunity. Never again will it be such a significant moment, 100 years since the Great War. There will never be a more appropriate time to reflect on our ancestors' remarkable bravery. I wanted to have a full understanding of the horrors they endured, to ensure my gratitude is of a level the men deserve. And it has most certainly had the desired effect. With the inspiration of these soldiers, I am now determined to make the absolute most of every day and to strive to have a more positive impact on the world, to ensure their sacrifice was not in vain.
In May 2016, we visited the Museum of Abernethy to meet Hilda Clow. Hilda was related to George Clow, who had lived in Abernethy and was killed in action March 1916. We were able to see his uniform and some of the other objects his family donated, including a copy of the telegram sent to his family, informing them of his death. We have also made other visits to the Black Watch Museum and the A.K. Bell Library, where an exhibition was displayed, featuring the work of the group.
I first learnt of my connection with Peter Alexander in second year. Miss Hobson was telling us of local boys and men who lost their lives in the First World War. Through the course of the lesson, I realised that one of these men used to live in my house. I couldn't believe the coincidence, that someone not much older than me, who had walked through our front door every day, had lost their life so many miles from their family and their home. It transpired that Peter had been 23 when he died, on October the 12th, 1917. He was called up and served as captain of the Black Watch Regiment. Tragically, he was killed on the battlefield 13 months before the war ended in November 1918. Transpired that we'd been visiting Peter's grave during our battlefield trip in May 2016. I felt it was really important to mark the occasion in some way. We'd been getting quite a lot of renovations to the house, so I took a little piece of stone from the internal wall and buried it in the soil at his gravestone, almost taking a little piece of home back to him. The whole experience has left me feeling somehow connected to Peter, like I was meant to find out about him in history and visit him at his resting place in Belgium. This became even more apparent last spring. Our garden was being renovated and was basically just a pile of brown earth. In the middle of it all, standing proudly on its own, was a beautiful red poppy.
While doing the research and being involved in the project, we realised that the old Perth Academy building on Rose Terrace was not marked. We helped to raise enough money to have a plaque installed and even helped to design the plaque ourselves, deciding what would go on it. This is a great thing to be involved in, as for a long time to come, whenever I walk past that building, I will remember being a part of the Flowers of the Forest.
They shall not grow old as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.